We're back. It's not a Chad Marco stream without some Japanese R&B and hip hop. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got the chest all out, looking sexy. Let me get this. Let me see if I can get this shit looking. Get some good lighting going. Oh boy. I'm secretly quite vain. How did you make your hair look like this? So it's a long, look, it's a long process, right? But I haven't put much thought into it. That's a good question, actually. It's a very good question. It's very simple. Typically, when guys get dreads or twist their hair up or braid their hair or whatever, there's a certain amount of consideration taken for like upkeep, right? So like I've known guys who have like long dreads and shit, typically when you see them, they have it out. But when I'm around them and they're just chilling at the house, they have their hair like wrapped up and shit, right? So when you go to sleep, when you got like dreads and stuff, most guys they wrap their hair up, right? So that when they sleep, it doesn't make like when you're laying on pillows and sleeping, it's not fucking up your hair. I don't do that. I don't get my hair. I don't wrap my hair up at night. And you'll notice like in the back, it's kind of like the way it's kind of like spread out. That's from laying right on the pillow, right? That's why it's kind of got that wild look because I don't wrap it up. And also most guys they get their hair like retwisted. Like there's more to getting dreads than just dreading your hair up and letting it sit, right? You get there's a whole maintenance process, right? Where you go back to the hairstylist or the girl that you know that does hair and she'll like straighten it up and clean everything up. You trim it all. I don't do hair maintenance basically. That's really all it is. I don't do hair maintenance. All I do is I trim the sides and I wash my hair. That's all I do. I trim this, I cut the sides off and I wash it. That's all I do. But most guys, when they get dread, again, there's more to it. There's a whole process of wrapping your hair, getting it reworked on by somebody that knows how to do that, right? I don't do any of that, but it's more complicated than just getting your hair done and just letting it grow out, right? You got to keep it maintained. I don't maintain, right? It's so simple. But it's funny to me how not maintaining it is kind of a hairstyle in of itself. But that's pretty much all it is, you know. It's just don't don't do maintenance, and it takes on a life of its own. It's that's pretty much what has happened. You know, when you don't do hair maintenance, it takes on a life of its own. So I can get a better angle with this webcam here. Try out different things. I want to get a little bit higher. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's better. That's much better. I like that. Okay. Yeah. How's everybody doing? 1 hour late. I'm like 2 hours late. All right. I was gonna get on earlier, but I wanted to get a quick workout in before I got on. You know, so I did a couple push-ups and some reps and shit like that. And I've been watching like these I've been watching these interrogation videos of people who get caught, suspects who are suspected of like murders and rapes and stuff, and the interrogation process and how they just sit there, they be fucking lying. They'll be lying for like an hour straight. And you know what's crazy? Like, this is why I love watching these videos, because they'll sit there and the detectives will let them lie for a whole 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, just lying. And the detective is all nice and like, I'm your friend. Like, it's the same shit every time, right? And then they'll finally start springing the evidence on them, like, well, this doesn't line up. And like, okay, well, you do know how cell phone records work, right? So these text messages that you claim to have had to have been sent to you never, we checked her phone. She never sent text messages. Right. And then it's such a, man, like that's just, it's kind of addicting, right? Because it's crazy watching people sit there and lie through their fucking teeth, and the way they just spring the evidence on them, like, we know you did it. Oh man, but I was basically working out and watching interrogation videos, and I was like, let me go ahead and do this whole New Year's bullshit. But I'm just not in the festive spirit. I'm just kind of doing it because I'm a content creator. I gotta go where the algorithm takes me. It's part of the job description. But before anybody asks, I don't have any New Year's resolutions. You know, I'm looking at life differently. And I want to make that clear right now. I'm looking at life differently. I believe that it helps to break life down into different sections, right? To live day by day, week by week, month by month, etc. And so the way I look at things now, I look at each week the way people look at a new year. I think that we should approach it because there's a lot you can get done in a week. There's a lot you can do. Like to consistently stick to your goals and the habits and the behaviors that you know are going to take you where you need to be or where you want or just you know to even stick to that for a week means a lot, at least to me. Right. And so I believe that people should approach every week or every month with the same attitude that they approach the new year with. And so that's why I'm not too excited about it because leading up to the new year, I've been thinking back to how I've been looking at my life. And again, I look at it like I kind of live by the week where I might not do everything that I wanted to do within a week, but by the time the next week rolls around, it's like, okay, let's get up and try again. Right? And so that's kind of how I'm looking at shit now. I don't want to think as far as like the new year and I'm going to do this and that and that. Because then it's like by the time you get over that, the excitement of the new year, and you know, evidence supports this. A lot of people don't stick to their New Year's resolutions, and so I don't want to think like that anymore. The new year, I'm gonna do it right. Nah, I'm living life week by week, man. To me, the new week is the new year. So as each new week approaches, I look at that as another opportunity to do as much as I can as far as trying to live up to the standard that I think I'll be able to live up to. And that's how my mentality is now. So I'm not really too excited about the new year because I'm like I got my whiteboard back there with my goals and all that, you know, but that's how I do shit anyway, right? So I'm not too excited about it, to be honest. To me, it's a new year, but I'm trying to make sure that I don't get caught up in the excitement, you know, of the new year and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, nah, because I think you'll lose momentum at some point. So I'm just kind of sticking to the way I've been looking at things throughout the whole year, which is just I really just live life week by week, right? I try to get as much done as I can within the week. I look back and analyze what I did, what I didn't do, and I just try again. That's how I look at it. I'm ready for 2023. Bitters Plus, welcome to the stream. Watching you puts me in a good mood and helps me getting away from the suicide. Come on now, guys. Let's not go there already. I feel like every time I get on face cam, somebody's like, man, I'm about to blow my brains out and I need you to help. I'm not Dr. Phil. Look, I know I'm quite intelligent and wise, but don't give me too much credit. I'm still trying to figure my bullshit out. I love City Pooh. Hell is City Pooh. Happy New Year, Chad. Yakov Sky here. I've never seen here before. And everyone in the chat, of course. Yes, everyone, Happy New Year. How's the job hunting going? Not great. I've never been good at I've never been good at that. But I'll figure it out. I'll get something. I'll get something. You know, I think it's just, you know, the last job I had was kind of lined up for me, you know, so I kind of just slid in. I kind of just slime balled my way in, but this having to actually look for one myself is kind of honestly it's kind of a drag. You know, you fill out applications and you don't hear anything back, and then it's like, oh, here we go again. But like I said before, even when I was deep in neathood, it was never because I wasn't willing to work. And I think that, I think the fact that when I was working at the cleaning play, the little cleaning business, the fact that I was one of the best workers, it proves that, I've always been willing to work. It's the process though. It's the process of like filling out applications and shit. I've just never been. I guess I've just never really been good at that. And then just my bad habit of procrastination and shit like that tied into that is just like not a good combination. But I'm sure I'll find something. I'll get something going. Because now that I've tasted having disposable income, and it's hard to go back, to be honest with you. It's hard to go back to being like broke all the time, right? But we'll figure something out. Welcome to the stream, Abe Sum and haha with a story mark. Happy New Year! Yay! Great. We survived another year. Another year without blowing the top off. Isn't that great? So you wanted to look pumped for the camera. A little bit. That was no, it wasn't quite that. Don't get me wrong, right? But I wanted to make sure that I looked good, right? Because you look good. You look good. But really, in particular, it was because I haven't been doing much today. I did I edited that that size matters video Chad absolutely destroys, right? That clickbait ass video. I was editing that and I was like, well, time for me to do nothing. I did that and said, time to sleep, eat, and do nothing, right? So I'm sitting here just eating oatmeal cakes and I'm eating oatmeal cakes and Twizzlers, and I'm just like, when I get on stream, I'm gonna be looking fat as hell. Let me let me sweat some of this off before I get on stream. But yeah, that's basically what it was. I was like, cause after I got done doing that video, I was like, it's time for me to just check out. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna sleep, and I'm gonna beat my meat, and I'm gonna sleep again, and then I'm gonna get up. And I was like, I gotta. But then on top of that, working out puts me in a better mental space. I feel like I can articulate my thoughts better because it's like when I don't work out, it's like I don't know what it is. It's just like how a car needs oil, right? How a car engine like needs oil to run smoothly and stuff like that. Like that's kind of how I like working out. Kind of have that same effect on me where I just like everything seems to work better. I move better, I feel better, but also think better, right? And so when I get on stream like this, I want to make sure that I'm able to express myself, clearly, I'm able to articulate my thoughts and things like that. And so that's why might not seem like it, but a lot of times before I get on stream, I'll try to get a workout in because I feel more clear headed after that. I remember when I was working, one of the ladies that worked at the medical center, she was asking about, I think she asked, or she noticed how I'm always in a good mood, and I told her, the secret when you get up, work out, right? It just seemed like everything. It just seems like everything just flows better once you get up with a nice workout. It doesn't even have to be too intense. But I never forgot what Gutex said. Gutex is one of the OGs in the fighting game community, but he used to do these streams where he's talking about girls and shit like that and give like general life advice. And I never forgot what he said about working out when you like working out being the first thing you should do because it just seems like everything is easier after that. And so I try to stick to that as much as I can because it just seems like my day just goes better when I just get that out the way early. Ah, boy. Dun 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 dun. I love interrogation videos. JCS is a great channel, great insight into human psychology. Yeah, it's it's a trip. It's a trip, man. How and when you see like people realizing that realization of, oh damn, like I'm about to go to jail. I'm about to go to prison for a long time. Right? That you get to see all those reactions, and it's like, when they're sitting there lying through their teeth, that's their last ditch effort, right? They already know a lot of times they're a suspect, and that there's evidence against them and things like that. But I guess when you're looking at 25, 40, 50 years to life, it's like, why not? Right? Why not just try to to get out of it? Because really, sometimes quite a few people have gotten away with murders, even when they were a prime suspect, just because there wasn't enough evidence against them. Like one of the videos that I watched was a woman being interrogated. Well, she wasn't being interrogated. She reported her soon to be ex-husband had kidnapped her, right? And so this was supposed to be her reporting just this incident to the police. But they remembered that 16 years ago, her first husband had mysteriously died. And they always suspected her and her current husband of being the ones who had killed him and hid the body. But they could never prove it, right? So essentially, she got away with it. They got away with that shit. Just even though they were the prime suspects, they got away with it because there just wasn't enough evidence to connect them to his disappearance. But they used what was happening at that point when she was reporting her current husband like kidnapping her. They used that to flip her report into an interrogation about what happened to the first husband. And what ended up happening was they were able to get the current husband to confess to killing the first husband because the kidnapping charge was already gonna fuck him. So they were like, you might as well just, if you admit to this, right, we'll look out for you. So he admitted to it. He ended up getting 20 years and the wife got 30. But you can get away with shit if you just lie, if there's not enough evidence against you. So I can kind of see why they would sit there and lie. That's your last chance. After that, it's 40, 50, 60 years. So I get it. I kind of get it, man. But I can only imagine what's going on inside of a person when they're in that type of situation. I remember one that I was watching. Initially, the guy was lying and all that shit. He had killed his cousin or something over like some food stamps that he owed him. Stupid shit, right? And at first he's lying and all that. Then they showed him, look, we got evidence. We got you on camera. You were there, and cell phone records. Right? It's typical investigation detective stuff, right? They figured it. Now with technology, damn, you can't even sneeze without them finding out shit. That whole Ted Bundy shit where you could kill, multiple white women over the course of 10, you can't do that shit no more. It's cameras everywhere and cell phone records and satellites and GPS, 5G, I don't know, internet. Man, like the shit they use to find people is crazy. But the guy, after lying and all that, but they presented the evidence, he was like, okay, yeah, I did it. And so they let him have, his final moment with his girlfriend before they would take him to jail. And he just sitting there like, I fucked up. I fucked up. And man, like, it's like, these people are monsters. They're murderers, but I can't help but feel bad for them sometimes because like that realization of I'm going to prison for a long time is just, it's hard. it's got to be hard on even a hardened criminal or despicable murderer. Like it's just that realization is no joke. That's why those videos are just quite entertaining. It's kind of fucked up though, because you're kind of getting off on somebody's misery. But hey, whatever. Your bedroom looks comfy, man. Must be ideal for singing. Too much resonance in mine. I actually don't like. I don't like rapping in here because, like you said, the mic captures. The mic captures. Oh wait, my mic or your mic? But in my mic in this room, it's like there's a there's a strong reverb basically. So when I rap in here, I have to be more careful with how I edit my vocals because it's just I think it's the flooring because we changed the flooring in here because we used to rap in here all the time and it wasn't an issue, but now it's like the reverb is too strong or something. So um, I do it every now and then. Like I'm doing it now, finishing up drill music and shit. But really, I'd rather record in the living room because the reverb is better. I'm on top chat too. I gotta go to live chat. Okay, there we go. There we go. Flow with me. Yeah, I don't buy into the whole New Year, new me BS. Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. It's hard not to get caught up in it, but now I'm really just kind of over that shit, man. I think I've had enough New Year's where I got all amped up and excited, and it's just it doesn't take long before you just kind of I hate to say it, but it doesn't take long before you just go back to your old habits. So that's why I think it's best to figure out a way to maintain that sort of mindset throughout the year. That's why again I look at things by like I break my year down on a week by week basis because again there's a lot you can get done in a week if you can be consistent with maintaining and adhering to good habits throughout a whole week. I think that's a success, and so I break it down into those type of sections. And so now as the new year approaches, I'm not even really like I feel nothing. I feel absolutely nothing. I don't feel anything. But one thing I can say, we survived another year. Here we are, organisms on this chaotic, wild planet. Death can come for any one of us at any time. We've lost a lot of people this year, from the everyday average Joe or Jane to celebrities and whatnot. Um, and yet here we are, marching forward into another year, where we have the opportunity to continue to fight and struggle and live and enjoy our lives, and try to be good people and be good to the people around us and live up to our potential and whatnot. So I think we should be thankful for that. But as far as like the whole again new year, new me, again, I think that sort of thinking is kind of a trap. I think it's better to try to find a way to maintain that sort of mentality throughout the year. If you can do that, I think they'll be way more beneficial than to say, okay, look, man, I'm 500 pounds right now, but January 1st, I heard the first explosion. Okay, but January 1st, like I know it's December 31st, and I'm eating zebra cakes and potato chips and pizza, but January 1st, I'm buckling down. I'm losing 200 pounds. That is, some people can do it though. Some people right, but come on now. What PCs have you been eyeing? I bought 20. I bought 20 games for Christmas. You don't have enough games already, but I know. I've been looking at I think it's what a Nitro, the Nitro laptop. I know you always advise against laptops, but that's the one that I would have my eye on. It's like I'm sure I can find. Oh no, I'm not on the internet. Wait. Oh. see. My setup is weird here. What is it called? The Nitro? Yes, an Acer Nitro 5. That's the one that I had my eye on uh, when I had money. Man, when I was in need, it was the worst 4 years of my life. It was so stagnant, and having no savings limits what I could do and what I could eat. I enjoyed a lot of my neat life. It was a mixed bag though. It was a mixed bag because on one hand, like I would say early on, it was more so fun, right? Because no responsibilities, no school, no work, and I'm just eating junk food, playing Dreamcast, and watching horror movies and masturbating, shit posting online, whatnot. But I think that at the same time, you know, that was a period where I had to kind of go within myself because I had a lot of um it's hard to even describe it, but I wasn't happy. Not even to say I wasn't happy, but I think that I was enjoying myself, but I didn't have like a good inner foundation of like self-love, and direction and understanding, right? So it was like I was enjoying it in like a superficial way of like, okay, junk food and video games and whatnot, right? But I had yet to deal with confronting like my inner demons and things like that. So it wasn't long before I was dealing with depression and suicidal thoughts and shit like that. So it kind of, for me early on, it was a mixed bag. It was definitely it was definitely mixed because I was enjoying again the perks of just doing whatever I wanted to do, but at some point you got to deal with you have to deal with the aspects of your the parts of yourself, what's the things going on inside of you that led you to be that way in the first place. Because I didn't have the best life in school and whatnot, and um that led to me dropping out. And so you got to think, if you're dropping out of high school, why is that? What's going on with you? Like, what are you lacking? Like, is it guidance? Is it something inside, right? But the superficial things allowed me to ignore that for a while. Again, Dreamcast and junk food and and right. So I was able to ignore a lot of the. I was able to ignore and procrastinate, postpone actually having to confront myself as a man and figure out, what type of, like, who am I and what I want to do with my life in a serious way, but inevitably, I collided with with those issues, and I think that's when the depression started. That's when the negative, that's when it wasn't so fun, but you know, then I got into self improvement, and so that kind of started me on the journey of overcoming those things, right? And so I would say it was a mixed bag for sure, but I had a lot of fun because once I got into self improvement, it wasn't easy, right? It was ups and downs, but I think that started me on the journey of like learning to love myself and appreciate my life and things like that. And I think that led me to a deeper, more sustainable happiness than the superficial things of, again, just indulging in nerd activities and vices like junk food, pornography, and smoking weed and shit like that. It was the journey of self improvement, realizing that I had potential, realizing that I do love myself and that I can enjoy life, and wanting to you know get the most out of myself and out of life that I could. And I would say that. So that's why it's for me is really a mixed bag. I didn't hate it, but at the same time, again, if you're neat, why are you like that? What the fuck derailed your life to where you're in that situation in the first place? I think at some point you got to confront that, and it's not always going to be easy depending on what led you to that point, right? But I can't say that it was absolutely miserable. I can't say that. It was a mixed bag, but I would say definitely like 24, 25, 26. That was like the big shift towards like where I am now, where I'm very balanced. Like I I don't reach those low lows anymore. I get bummed out every now and then. I might get disappointed in myself because I don't, I'm not as productive as I want to be, or um, I'm not able to achieve certain goals that I set for myself. But I don't hit those low, right? I don't dip below a certain threshold of mental balance or whatever you want to call it. Like I haven't been depressed. Like again, Fender dying was the last bad. Right, that was the last time I was truly depressed. That was the last time I had a bad day or really a bad month. That was terrible. But other than Fender's death, like that was life has been great for me since I would say about 24, 25. Life has been great. Not Fortnite. Wait, what? Got all Infamous games, all prototype games. Killer 7, Metal Gear Solid, RR. What's Metal Gear Solid R? Hellblade, Transformers, Devastation, Alice Returns, Spec Ops: The Line, Space Marine, God of War 3 Remastered, Burnout. That's a lot of games, Hellbreaker. You might want to you might want to slow down. I would imagine you already had quite a few games. I don't know how you get down. I don't know how you get down, but I hope you didn't have a big backlog already. I've I've already slowed down buying games, not just because I'm broke now, but I have enough games. I have enough games. Like I got enough games for the whole year, coming up pretty much. So I'm not really too concerned about buying anything new. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna play next on the gaming channel after Mirror's Edge, and what to do on the main channel. I'm thinking about doing Mega Man X2 though. I went back and looked at that Mega Man X1 footage. I was like, oh, that looks clean. Let me right? That might be fun. Working out is to the human body what servicing is for automobile. Yes. I think it's an essential part of my day. Every now and then I might skip out a little bit, but I try not to avoid it too much. I try to stick to a good plan. Like I try to get at least like 4 or 5 days in, but the problem is during the winter time, because I like working out outside. I'll go to the backyard, bright sunny day, it's hot, no shirt on. I'm back there shadow boxing and jump roping and doing push-ups and lifting and all kind of shit. Then might go running. And during the wintertime, I can't do all that. I can go outside and work out, but it's in the, it's cold. Man, I went running the other morning, right? Like 5 o'clock. And, you know, I don't like running in the cold, but you got to do what you got to do because wintertime is approaching and whatnot. So I'm like, whatever. Man up, just do it, right? So I've been running in the cold recently. And so, but this morning I went outside. I was like, it's cold as fuck. Like, I don't even, right? Like, the first thing I thought was, it's cold. It is too cold, bro. But I thought, okay, don't be a bitch. Go ahead, warm up, go running, right? I go running, I do a lap, and I'm just like, bro, it it was so cold that I felt like I was about to get ill, right? I was like, this is like I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's so cold that this is bad for my health, right? So I managed to do like 2 laps, but after the second one, I felt so bad and kind of like delirious. I was like, I gotta go in the house. So, and the crazy thing was like my room was warm because I had the heater running, but I was so cold coming in my room. It's like I didn't even feel the heat. Right? It took me a while to even feel the heat. And I laid on the bed for a while and I got up and I was like, how cold is it? So I checked the weather, right? It was 13 fucking degrees. I thought it was like 30 degrees or something like that. It was 13 degrees. And so I look up, when is it too cold to like work out, right? And you get mixed results, but generally they recommended against work like going out and working out when it's below 18 degrees, right? Unless you have like proper like winter wear. And I just had on like basic stuff like, jogging pants, gloves, hoodies, shit like that, right? Um, but yeah, basically I was out there running like 5 degrees below like what's even the recommended temperature to be working out in. And oh boy. Ugh. Fuck that. The Stavon one was Kino over look, I'll write that down. I'll write that down and look it up. I'll take your word for it. Let me look, because I've been binging those goddamn things for a while now. Hold up. Let me see. I'm assuming he's of African American. I'm, ass- I'm assuming. I'm assuming he's of African descent. Correct me if I'm wrong. Happy 2023 King. Thank you, Joshua Graham. Yes, I am the king. Okay, you're okay. Great, great. Yes, that's good. That's good. Had to make sure. Had to make sure. I'm always so self conscious about my mic, right? Even when I play games online, if I get on mic, um I'll ask people like, how do I sound? Right? Because I gotta this right. It's $100. Well, this is a $60 used mic, but that's the one that somebody had donated the money for me to get right there. That's the one I use for music. This is the one that I use for this, podcasting, anime reviews when I do the streams and whatnot. So, right, pretty cool. Oh, right. Yeah, that's a Frender's toy, by the way. That little duck, and it still has his scent up there. It's kind of crazy. Da, da, da. Hey Marco, what's that in the back? What's that in the back? What's that in the back? You talking about a Frender's toy or the whiteboard or my microphone? Right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is pretty comfy in here right now, though. I ain't gonna lie though. I cleaned up before. I cleaned up before I got on. I'll be honest. But again, you know, man, rest in peace. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. Some people loved him. Some people hated him. But you gotta admit, his podcast setup was so clean. And not just the fact that he got on with the soups and shit. He had a intro with a little jazzy track, and he would right. I mean, he really had like a legitimate little studio shit. I was like, yo, man. So I try to be mindful of like my setup, and I'm working on getting like some overlay things going on where I can have like, maybe like a brand somewhere, like the Chad Marco brand logo, and maybe like a link to the Patreon. You know how people have like an overlay for different things, like link to the Instagram and shit like that. So I'm working on that right now, just to kind of level up my whole like face stream like this setup. So you know, just trying to level up different things. What audio setup is that? Audio setup. Audio setup. How? I don't even know how I would explain. I don't even know how I would explain. But basically, that's a microphone. It's a USB mic. So you plug it into the mic, and the mic plugs into the laptop. And now that USB mic has a plug in it that you can put the headphones directly into it. So that way I'll have to plug my headphones into my laptop. I can plug it right into the mic, right? And if you want to, you can even hear yourself as you say what you're saying. I don't do that anymore, but that's an option. And you can adjust the volume with the mic as well. That's a pop filter right loosely hanging off. Like that thing right there is the pop filter to protect from the right. And this too, the pop filter setup here is different. I have a foam cover over the mic, and this right here is a pop filter. But as good as this looks, it doesn't work as good as that damn thing, right? That little screen pop filter is better than this shit. With this, even with all this, the foam cover and the wraparound pop filters, and it looks so nice, but it don't work the way you think it do. It's like it has like I would say 50 to 60% of the distortion reduction capability of that bullshit up there, right? So when I do like right now in OBS, I have a equalizer running at the same time that's lowering the bass in my voice to further reduce distortion, right? And so if I'm recording in OBS, that's what I do. If I'm recording like podcasts or anime reviews, which I do in FL Studio, I use the equalizer in that program. But yeah, that's basically what's going on here. And this is the arm. It's where I can right? And let me see if I can. Oh, you can't see it. But there's a keyboard back there too. I pulled it out when I'm making melodies and shit. Ah, boy. Here we are all together. I hope so. I wonder how many of my fans have died so far. Other than she would be rest in peace. Flim, welcome to the stream. You finally made it. Yeah, you know, I'm fashionably late. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was like, what should I put on for this stream? And look, the thing is, it's shit wrinkled too. It looked good, but it's wrinkled and shit. But you know, I gotta be fashionably late, you know. Why, Flim? Let's grab a coffee together. Oh boy, you guys are interesting. Have you thought about bringing in a new doggy into the Marco verse? I mean, obviously, more so when Fender first died. But now that I've had more time to get over it, I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush. But obviously, I would like to have another dog. But I feel like we got so lucky with Fender, right? Because we had no idea what he was. We still don't know what the fuck he was, and you know, he ended up being he ended up just being such a great dog, and we just found him off. Well, I just found him while buying weed in the hood, right? Right. So I feel like we got so lucky with that, right? To get a cool dog just completely randomly. He wasn't like a pit bull or nothing like that, right? It was like, because let's be real, most dogs in hood areas like pit bulls and shit. And I don't want no pit bull or nothing. And the random dog I find is not a pit bull or some breed that I wouldn't like. We got so lucky, and so I think that now getting another dog uh, is it's the opportunity to actually be able to pick and choose what you want, right? Um, but I think with that comes right, because if you want a specific breed with a specific temperament, and because different dogs have different needs. Some dogs have more of a need for exercise, or they'll become neurotic and depressed, and certain dogs have like health issues and whatnot. So, oh, fireworks. Yeah, certain dogs have health issues, so you gotta be mindful of stuff like that. Just again with Friendly, we got lucky that he was just a standard mutt dog without any particular quirks. Um, but again, if I'm gonna get another dog, then right, that's a chance for me to be more selective about exactly what we're gonna be bringing into the house. But again, you gotta right. That's when you gotta do all that. You gotta have some paper when you want a specific breed or something like that. But really, I'd be alright with just getting another mutt dog, to be honest. But then the only thing about the mutts is that you gotta be worried about what he's mixed with. I don't want a dog with any kind of pit bull, no type of pit, no type of none of that, right? So you go to the damn dog shelter looking for a puppy or something, and he got down have pit, have lab or some shit. I don't want nothing like that. Yes, I'm racist against pit bulls. No, but seriously, it's just certain dog breeds I'm just not interested in having. It's just, and that's why I want to be kind of selective about what I would pick this time. Paradise is great split screen. What the hell is that? I want to get the games I want before I can't own them anymore. Okay, I feel you. I feel you. That's why I buy some of those, like some of those PS2 games I bought. I haven't even played yet. Well, I probably played them before, but I didn't like buy it and play it. Right, stuff like Persona 3, um, Beat Down, The Suffering, um, etc. I bought some of those games just because I want to make sure that I have it in my collection. Because especially like games of like the PS2 era and before that, is like a lot of those games are becoming like rare and hard to find and more expensive. Games that were like $20 um, several years ago are like $40 and $50 now. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and get ahead of the curve. Like, you notice how a game like Silent Hill 2 is like $100, like easy. But there was a time when that shit was like $20. Like, you could easily find it for like $20 or $25 or something. So you got to get ahead of the curve, because you never know what game is gonna become so uncommon that you're gonna have to spend more money than you want to for it. So, you know, any game that I have a particular affection for, that I want to have in my collection, I try to go ahead and scoop those up while I can. And later on, I can play it for you guys. Mm-hmm. Ask Dubs if he comes here. Why? Why Dubs? Man, that penis size rant that I went on. I just realized that the last two rants I went on, the 2K14 rant and the penis size rant, was because of the bullshit that Dubs was saying. It seemed like Dubs' comments are the ones that get me to go on these epic rants and shit. But it's good for content, you know. I was going back looking at live streams and I was like, I gotta find certain rants that I went on because I remember a couple of them. I was like, I gotta go back and find these and just turn it into a standalone video, you know. I haven't kept up with you. You still a whiz? You, well, yes, Yaka. Yeah, no, it just I'm. It's kind of like weird because I just became a literal wizard like a few months back, right? I wasn't a wizard, you know, back in 2019. You know, like I just hit the 30-year-old virgin mark, not too long ago, really. But yeah, I'm still a virgin, still masturbating, man, still just beating my meat. Like, what do you want me to say? I'm still a virgin. You know what's funny? If I ever lose my virginity, you guys are probably gonna be the first ones to know. If I'm being completely honest, I mean, really, quite frankly, I don't have a lot of real life friends to confide in anyway. That's that's part of it, and you know, I don't talk about those sorts of things with my mom, and whatnot, or any immediate family members. So, um, yeah, you guys will be the first to know. Believe me, when I lose my when when if I lose my virginity, you guys would probably be the first to know. Other than the young lady, that receives these this little dick, you guys will be the first to know. Okay. All right, I'm back. Excuse you. He's a proper gentle sir, gentle sir. I've been hold up. I started. I've been a Chad Marco enthusiast for over half a decade now. 5 years. God damn. Look how time flies. That's great. But really, I feel like time has been going slow. To be honest with you, people always say time flies and it goes by so quick. Now, it seems like the end. Like it's weird because it's like we're already at the end of 2022, right? But when I look at like my 20s as a whole, it really just seems like it went by so slow, man. It's like just this slow, this slow grind. But I don't know. Maybe I feel like it went so fast when I'm properly old. But you know, even at 30, it's just like I still feel like life kind of is just kind of going at a good chill pace, you know. Marco, what are your tips for getting through the theory driving test? I have, dude. I don't have my license. I've been riding the. Well, FBI, you got me again. But I don't have a license. I've just been driving. Yes, yes, yes. FBI man, I said it. I had to teach myself how to drive. God damn it. But really, I can only tell you this. I can only tell you this, you know. I've seen quite a few threads where guys like myself who don't know how to drive, whether they're in their early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, right? You see this a lot. And they can't even picture themselves driving, right? It's like it's like they can't imagine themselves being able to drive the way other people do. It seems like something that's just beyond you, right? Kind of the same way you see a lot of guys who don't have any relationship experience, how they can't imagine themselves in a relationship or having sex. It's kind of the same thing where it's like it just seems like it's beyond your capability. And I think that I shared like in a way, I'm not gonna say that I didn't believe I could do it. I believed I could do it, but I felt that same sense of like overwhelming pressure, right? Where it's like I believe I can do it, but I can't believe I'm doing it, right? And I took my time. I took baby steps, you know, getting a feel for the car and driving alone at night and then driving to work and drive doing this, doing that, right? And just taking my time figuring things out. And and really I started in January and it's December now, so I've been driving for a full year. I haven't killed anybody. I haven't gotten any serious accidents. I think the worst thing that happened when I was in the yard. I was trying to park the car, and like there are trees in my in my front yard, right? And so you know how trees have roots coming out the ground. I was backing up, and I felt resistance, and I was like, okay, I must have hit one of the roots coming out the ground. Let me back up and roll over it. It wasn't the root. The bumper was actually too close to the tree. And so when I backed up, it pulled the bumper out a little bit, right? But that was the worst thing that happened. As right. And luckily it was something that happened in my yard. So that was out of the whole year, that's the only thing that happened was like superficial damage to the bumper because I had backed up when the bumper was leaning against the tree a little bit. But I got through the whole year. I survived, right? And I've been driving here, driving there, and whatnot. And I would just say that when you look at me, I'm a testament to the fact that to the guys that feel like they don't believe they could do it or feel like they can't do it. I kind of felt the same way, right? But at the same time, I believe that if I approached it the right way and I took my time, I could figure it out. I didn't make excuses. And when I look at some of the people, and no offense, but when I look at some of the people out there that have their driver's license and have cars and shit, I'm like, okay, right? I'm a bright, able-bodied young man with a good head on his shoulders. Why couldn't I be able to do what they do? Right? It's no excuse. And so I just took that belief and just took baby steps and figured things out one step at a time. So that would be my advice. Just approach it seriously, take it one step at a time, and believe in yourself. Because again, some of the people out there that are driving. I mean, I'm telling you, people out there texting and like literally texting and driving, going over the speed limit, all kind of dumb shit, and they got their driver's license and shit. So people, guys like us who are like careful and scared of everything. Right? Certainly, we could at least be like boring, safe, grandpa type drivers. So believe in yourself. Believe in me that believes in you. You never heard of him? He's been memed so much on TV. You've 100% seen the memes if you lurk the chans. Are you talking about state? Stay Vaughn. He's white. Stay Vaughn. I must not be saying his name right. Stay Vaughn. uh, Thoughts on Andrew Tate getting arrested? He just got arrested yesterday. We had talked about this last night when I was doing the Boku no Hero Academia game stream, My Hero One Justice stream. But I don't really know a lot about Andrew Tate because when he started gaining in popularity, I kept seeing him on R9K and shit like that. And I'm not accusing him or his fans of anything, but I really got the sense that people were like shilling hard for him. There was something just fake about what I was like, the just how many threads were being made about him. Just it didn't seem authentic, and I didn't want to get caught up in like somebody's like shield campaign. You know, if you're paying people or you have bots go around making threads about you to promote your channel or whatever, I don't want to get caught up in shit like that. So I've been really ignoring the Andrew Tate saga for the most part, but someone as popular as him, you can only ignore so much, right? So I still see him out the corners of my eyes. I still see, headlines like Andrew Tate did this, or Andrew Tate, Piers Morgan interview, Andrew Tate on Fresh and Fit. So I still, I see bits and pieces of him every now and then, but I really made a conscious decision not to get caught up in that because, and I could be wrong, but I just felt like there was just something that was not authentic about the initial attention that he was getting, right? At least as far as like on 4chan, which is where I spend a lot of time on, and I was like, there's just something weird. Like these, come on now. There was just something weird about. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's why I kind of ignored him for a long time. Because I felt like people were like it just seemed like bots or something were shilling for him or fanboys or something. It just didn't seem authentic. So I was like, I ain't even about to pay attention to this shit. But I know that he got arrested and apparently it was for sex trafficking. And from what I understand, Andrew Tate is involved in sex work as far as managing girls who have OnlyFans and whatnot. So, and when you're talking about managing girls who are involved in sex work, even if it's something like OnlyFans, that's basically pimping, right? Let's be honest, right? So you connect the dots. Managing sex workers or managing OnlyFans girls connects to pimping, connects to sex trafficking, right? So I'm not saying that he did anything wrong. I don't know. Enough information hasn't come out for me to really to really have an informed opinion on it. But I can see how you can get caught up in a sex trafficking accusation or a sex trafficking sting if you're involved in that sort of business, right? Because again, you got to think about it. Let's say, for example, I'm a pimp, right? Or I'm managing OnlyFans girls, right? I have a big house. I'm famous. I have money. I can attract women to do this for me, right? Now, let's say I'm a good guy, right? Right? I'm not some beat a bitch. I've seen videos of Andrew Tate actually like whipping a bitch though. But let's put it to the side. Let's say I'm a good pimp. I treat my hoes good. I'm a good OnlyFans manager, right? But let's say that one of the girls that I manage, maybe she gets upset with me she wants to get revenge, right? She becomes vindictive and volatile towards me, and then she reports me to the police and says I did this or I did that. Sex trafficking, right? Like it's that. Now I'm not saying that's what happened, right? Because again, I don't know enough. I'm just saying that based on what I've heard about his involvement in dealing with OnlyFans and basically like pimping, right? Like let's be real, pimping. Based on his involvement in pseudo pimping, I can see how he would get caught up in a sex trafficking sting or sex trafficking accusations and things like that. But then of course, right? Let me put on my tinfoil hat. Let me put on my Alex Jones face. They're turning the frogs gay, right? Now, obviously, Andrew Tate is considered to be a rebel, right? Because he has this whole message about, leaving the matrix and embracing traditional masculinity and things like that, trying to get men to be more masculine and manly and fight and make money and fuck hope, right? Whatever the case may be. Again, I don't pay attention enough to him to know all the bits of his message, but these are the things that I see out the corner of my eye, right? He's considered to be in that lane of like problematic social media influencer because he got remember he got deplatformed from like what Instagram and Twitter, whatever. So obviously he's been categorized as being one of these problematic type of rebel, toxic, whatever you want to, that same category of like Alex Jones, Kanye, kind of Jordan Peterson is, right? Jordan Peterson kind of toes the line a bit better and whatnot. Guys like Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, and we're like kind of in the middle. Like they're there, but not quite to the extreme of like Alex Jones and Andrew Tate's and whatnot. So given the fact that he's categorized as being one of those, again, red pill rebels, right? Those manosphere jerks, fresh and fit, those type of guys, right? Some people are speculating that he's being targeted because he's basically, again, he's rebelling against the Matrix, right? The same way you see Neo getting chased around by those guys in the suits and shit like that. People are kind of speculating that he's being targeted specifically because, he's considered to be one of these like radical red pill rebels or some shit like that, right? He's trying to get men to be masculine and not be submissive to the government and social norms and political correctness and all that shit. And obviously that sort of mentality is just in a way looked down upon in our society right now. Right. So, again, I don't know enough to really say, but I'm just looking at it from different angles, right? It could be any maybe he really is just some asshole who is involved in sex trafficking. I saw this video, and again, it was a short clip, so we don't have all the context, but I did see a video where he had a belt and he was just beating this bitch, right? But again, we don't have all the context. I saw a video on R9K. It wasn't Andrew Tate, but it was this guy and his girl, and the guy was like punching the girl. But then there was another video where the girl was making it clear, this is my fetish, right? Like I like rough, I like it rough, right? She's making it clear like my boyfriend is not abusive. I just like it rough, right? So if you look at that clip out of context without her explanation, you would say, oh, who is this, right? So I don't want to, again, I can't say because I'm seeing different things and I'm not even really paying attention to Andrew Tate like that. So that's definitely just my take. I don't know enough, but those are the different angles that I can kind of look at it from. So I can't say though, Is he a red pill rebel being unfairly targeted? Or is he some fucking pimp involved in sex trafficking? I don't or maybe it's something in the middle. I don't know. But those are, those are the angles that I see right now. Small dick energy. Okay. His name's Steven. The interrogator is a southern guy with a thick accent. That's where the Steven. Oh, Steven. Hey, Steven. Okay, Steven. I can't even do it. I can't even do it. Steven. It's beyond Kino, bro. Don't miss it. Steven. Steven. What did he do? I don't keep up with Tate. Are the trafficking charges legit justified? I don't know. Is that true? He got arrested over a pizza cardboard box. Yeah, I heard the same thing, that he was in a video with a pizza box, and that's how they were able to. That don't even sound right though. That I don't know. That don't even sound right though. You would think if when you look at the people that picked his ass up, and wasn't he in like a big house or something? I don't see how he would have been able to hide. That to me, I don't know. Maybe it's true, but that sounds kind of weird because Andrew Tate is allowed. I've seen enough. Look, I'm not even trying to pay attention to this dude, and I'm seeing him all the time. Not once have I typed in Andrew Tate. I haven't looked at any of his like full video breakdowns, none of that. I seen a clip here and there, right? But I've gone out of my way to ignore him, and I haven't been able to succeed at that. So I don't see how authorities would somehow, we lost track of Andrew Tate, right? Him and his $100,000 cars, and I saw this one video where like hundreds of guys were like chanting his name or something. I'm like, damn, like what? I don't know. Sounds weird, but whatever. They got him. That's the point, though. They got him, but we'll see. We'll see what's up. The Andrew Tate saga has gotten a lot more interesting, though. I think, as a content creator, small time social media influencer, I'm gonna have to. Looks like I gotta just admit defeat and Google this guy finally and schedule him for a botcast review or something. He was involved with cam girls in the past. Yeah, quite a few guys are doing it. I think the rapper Sauce Walker, I'm not sure, but I think he's doing it too. I was on Spank Bang and I saw a video of this black dude fucking some white. I'm like, hold up, ain't he a rapper? I'm pretty sure that was Sauce Walker, and he's a rapper, right? And based on what I saw, I'm like, just instantly putting the pieces together. I'm like, okay, like he's probably managing these OnlyFans models, and he's also participating as a model, right? As the male talent fucking him, right? But I mean, let's just be honest. This OnlyFans shit and really pornography as a whole it's a way to just do legal pimping. If we're being completely honest, pornography and OnlyFans and all that shit is a way to do legal pimping. Because let's say, all right, let's say, for example, I have a girlfriend, right? I know, whoa, fantasy land, right? But look, bear with me, right? Let's say I have a girlfriend, right? But I got that pimp blood in me for real, though. So I'm like, hey, girl, look, you got what it takes, You're beautiful. You're smart. You a go-getter. You let me manage you, do this whole OnlyFans thing. I'm telling you, like, go ahead and just start breaking bread together. I'll take care of you, take care of me. You know what I'm saying? Look, I ain't got no game, but imagine I got game. You get your girl to do OnlyFans content. Maybe start with like, twerking, showing off their, ass, whatever, however. And then you can upgrade to you fucking her on cam and then start her OnlyFans, the Instagram, promote her, start making money like that. But really, essentially, you're pimping her without her having to go out and have sex, right? So it's like, again, it's pimping in a way. She just, and you could parlay that into her actually escorting and shit, but let's say you're not gonna take it that far, right? And then you could start with your girlfriend, and then maybe get another girl, and then one of her girls, right? And then now you got three girls that you're managing and fucking on camera, right? But again, like that's like the new pimping right there. Like the whole social media, OnlyFans, Instagram thing and whatnot, pornography shit, the amateur porn thing, that's the new pimping, bruh. That's the way to pimp without getting in trouble. If you're, of course, you can get in trouble with it if you uh don't do everything on the level, right? As far as like contracts, or maybe like if she was underage or something, right? You still got to use common sense, but you know, the government can't, or law enforcement can't get between you and your girlfriend and your second girlfriend and your third girlfriend producing pornographic content. So that's become a way to to be a pimp without getting in trouble, so to speak. But you can still get caught up in some sex trafficking shit, right? If you don't play it smart. Just, depending on the circumstances and whatnot. Because again, a girl could just have it out for you and say he did this and he did that. Boom. You know, uh, Managing an OnlyFans model turned into sex trafficking just like that. So he was hiding out, but they found him because he used his card to order the pizza. Okay, why was he hiding out? Rip Shuaby. Rest in peace, dog. Friender was a G. You were really lucky. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. I know. I couldn't have gotten more lucky. I couldn't have gotten more lucky. Because he could have been a one. He could. I mean, he could have been a crazy, like one of them crazy bite your face off type of dogs. I was always worried, man. I'd be looking at Friender when he was little. Sometimes I'm like, I hope he don't bite somebody when he get older, bro. I was like, oh god. I hope he ain't one of them dogs that's not good with kids or some shit. What did you get yourself for Christmas? I get myself for Christmas. I didn't really buy anything in particular. I got I bought a PlayStation PlayStation Plus subscription and some Evil Dead DLC, and I bought some because again I'm not working, right, so I had to take the little Christmas money that my mom gave me, and well, it wasn't Christmas money. We don't celebrate Christmas, right? My mom's a Jehovah's Witness, so but she gave me like $100 like 2 weeks before Christmas, and so I've had to piece that out. So I couldn't just go crazy and buy like some big thing. And really, I'm at the age now where again, I don't get excited about holidays like Christmas anymore, right? That's more so when you have like a life, right? When you have a life, or when you have kids or young people in your family that you can buy gifts for and shit like that. But I don't. Again, I just don't get excited about Christmas like I used to, because that's more of a holiday where the excitement is either giving or receiving, right? And I don't have any money, so I can't really give anything to anybody, and you know, I don't have a lot of people that I would receive anything from other than my mom. So there wasn't really anything to get too excited about. Like my holiday out of the year is always Halloween, right? Because it's easy to celebrate. Line up some good horror movies, get some candy, and turn the lights out, and you good. Just 3 day horror movie binge. That's my holiday. I'm a Halloween guy, but Thanksgiving, social holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas don't really excite me because it's not, you know, I'm just not a very social person. Don't have a lot going on in the social department. Okay, don't worry about that. Chad, do you own any of the Dying Light games? If not, I may like to donate one at a later time. However, I'm not sure how I get in contact with you. That's a good question. Oh, hold up. The hell is that? Dying Light. I feel like I know what you're talking about. Or maybe I'm wrong. No, I think no, that's not it. That's not it. Dying Light. Dying Light is a 2015 survival horror video game. Hell, Flip. You know me so well. Developed by Techland and published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment, the game story follows an undercover agent named Kyle Crane who is sent to infiltrate a quarantine zone in a Middle Eastern city called Haran. It's Haran. Yeah, I mean, shit. Yeah, cool. Survival horror, that's right up my alley. I don't think it's hard to go wrong. Um, it's hard to go wrong donating a survival horror game to yours truly. To yours truly. I think the only survival horror game that I really didn't like that I played recently was Call of Cthulhu. The new one, not Dark Corners. Dark Corners is dope. But the new one, I hated that game. Even with Amnesia, that game kind of had me frustrated, but I would still like to go back and play Amnesia. It wasn't that it was bad. It was just that I got completely stumped with the puzzle aspect of it. But I think donating a survival horror game is a safe bet to me because I eat those shit. So everything from the good to the bad. I'd even take the first Evil Dead game, and that shit is horrible. But I would play it for the culture. Like Mirror's Edge, it's an open world first person parkour game, but with a zombie survival theme. So you're basically running away from zombies and shit. Wait a minute, didn't I say some shit like that when I was when I was doing a commentary for a Mirror's Edge? When I was doing a commentary for one of those episodes, I could have sworn I talked about Mirror's Edge mixed with like survival horror or something. Dubs is pinging people on the Discord and begging for attention. I blocked him. I don't know why. Why would he do something like that? He has like 2 videos where I'm ranting as a direct result of his nonsense. Maybe he's tripping balls again. I hope he's all right. No offense, but you got to have a narcissistic streak to watch your own streams and gameplay for his enjoyment. Hey, it's nothing wrong with a little bit of you know what? Some might call it narcissism. That's fine. That's fine. But you guys are here watching me. Why? Because I'm awesome. And you know what? I recognize and I accept my own awesomeness. You know why I'm so happy? I'm so happy because I'm so fucking awesome. Right? I mean, look, we're expected to be humble, but sometimes you just got to give yourself credit. Sometimes you really just got to give yourself credit. If you make music and other people like your music, what's wrong with liking your own music and listening to your own music? If you make movies and other people like your movies, what's wrong with watching your movie and enjoying what you made, right? If you're a model and people like looking at you, why shouldn't you like looking at yourself, right? Again, you can call that narcissism, but I think really it's closer to just being realistic, right? If other people are enjoying your presence and enjoying what you do, then it only makes sense that you would also enjoy your own presence and what you do. I'm not sitting here making music being like, this shit sucks, but everybody likes it, so I'm like, damn, this. I'm in here listening like, yeah, oh, they gonna love this shit. If I love it, they're right. So I don't think that it's really. I don't think it's. I wouldn't call it narcissism, at least as far as like the negative connotation that's attached to that word. I think that it's perfectly reasonable to enjoy enjoyable things. I just happen to be the creator or the reason for these enjoyable things. But yeah, sometimes I go back and I watch some of my playthroughs and it's like I can really enjoy that shit. Like especially after enough time. Like if you're talking about like a video game playthrough or something, then it kind of takes a while, right, before I can go back and watch it. But like when I went back and watched my Resident Evil classic playthrough, like when I was sick with the flu, like it was so comfortable just watching it. I'm in the bed wrapped up, just I'm like, oh, this shit is comfy, like But I think that it's to me it's completely reasonable to enjoy enjoyable things. I think the fact that you created it doesn't really change that. You were an apprentice, now you the real deal. I know, I'm an authority on the matter. I'm an experienced virgin. Yeah. I love it. Let's bask in the magic for a little bit. But what does it really mean? What does it what does it really mean? What does it really matter? What does it really mean? What does it really it's a unique trait for somebody my age for sure. I think more so because it doesn't bother me, right? I think some people will be surprised that I'm a virgin and whatnot. So I think that's a thing, but I don't know. It's just I guess at this point I'm so used to it that it is what it is, right? That light kind of looks like a halo. Oh boy. Oh, halo effect. He keeps posting his downward spiral stories in the hope someone gives him attention. Oh wow. Look, Dubs, if you're listening, bring it over here. We're all hanging out over here, man. You get off the Discord, come over here. I'm trying to get Dubs over here so I can go on another rant. So he can say something stupid. This nigga trying to get me 2K14? I don't want no goddamn 2K14. Oh boy, that was great. That was that was fantastic. As someone who's made over 3 YouTube videos and has actually made media and art, you watch your stuff over and over because you want to improve it. That is definitely part of it. And sometimes when I make music, I'm tired of it by the time I actually finish it. Cause I gotta listen to it so many times before I actually have the finished product. But then again, time passes and then, obviously doing something like listening to your own songs or watching your own music videos makes sense. The streams are just him talking. I don't think it's really that much of a difference though. Because at the end of the day, like, right, you enjoy music, you enjoy movies, you enjoy podcasts, right? And it's like, look at and this is just one element of it, right? But going back, looking at some of my streams, right? Like when I was looking back when I was going to that whole penis size rant, right? that whole bit I said about comparing it to Street Fighter 3, the whole tier list thing, and you can't win Evo with Sean. I was bugging off that shit because I forgot that I said that, and so that's a comedic aspect to that video that I was able to enjoy, right? And again, making music, making movies, comedy, right? All these things are closely related. And so I think going back and watching my gameplay streams and whatnot, it has different aspects that I can enjoy, but again, the whole comedy aspect is one of them, right? When I go back and listen to it, and I say something funny that I forgot that I said, and I can laugh at that shit, or just the overall, again, just the vibe that I provide with my commentary and things like that. Again, I think all these things are just closely related. Again, whether you're talking about music, podcasts, books, or whatever, I think it's all the same as far as like going back and enjoying it. Maybe like it's less understandable, but I don't think that it's really that. I don't think it's all that different, to be honest with you. I just think it's one of those things where it's like more time has to pass before I can go back and want to do something like that. Go back and watch like my gameplay streams and shit. Like some months to a year has to pass before I can go back and be kind of nostalgic about it, because it's like right after the fact, it's like it just happened, So it's like it's all fresh to me. But after a while, you forget the things that you said. You forget the rants and the funny shit and things like that. You forget those moments where maybe you got scared playing a survival horror game and you see it and it's just like it's exciting again. So, but again, I think all that is it's all in the same lane. Haven't gotten any serious. Right, let's be specific. I did kill that one old lady, but who cares about her? Bro, stop talking. Look, come on, man. Look, certainly the FBI aren't watching me. Boku no Pico stream when? Oh, definitely tomorrow. You can bet on that. I'm gonna stream it right. You know how we did. The what was it? The brain that wouldn't die. Boku no Pico. Right here. 6 o'clock EST. 6 p.m. EST. Don't worry about it. I'll be here. Everybody show up. He's a salesman. Incel TV covered him pretty well. You got to give it to him. He knows how to sell himself. Andrew Tate got arrested for flirting with Greta Chan. Come on now. Don't be silly. Who would flirt with that beautiful young lady? She's way out of our league. Hey, I have a question for you guys, right? I got a question for you guys. So I was on Twitter and I saw this girl and I was like, oh, like she looks kind of cute, right? And you know how people say that guys like myself, we have high standards, unreasonable standards, right? And so I like, let me save a picture, because she's like a perfect example of like the type of girl that I see. Like, oh, she right, QT, right? So I'm gonna show a picture of this girl, and I want you guys to tell me, like, is she now? Obviously, all things considered, right? Little dick, living with my mom, right? She would be out of my league, right? But let's say, like, just based on like, right? Just based on like physical, right? Would she be completely out of my league? Gunshots. Okay. I want you guys' professional opinion on this. I thought it'd be a good opportunity. If I can find the picture, that is. I moved it somewhere. Goddamn. Hold up. Cause I thought she was like the perfect example of like that the type of girl that's like cute but not like Stacy. I don't know. I think I. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. I know I'm not tripping. Okay. So check this girl out and give me your opinion. Oh, they busting out there too. Okay. They but damn. Shit. I'm trying to. Oh, hold up. 1 second. I'm fucking up here. Webcam. Okay. So there we go. Okay. Now look at this girl, right? Now I saw her and I was like, oh, that's a cute white girl, right? So would it be unreasonable for a man as handsome as myself to say, oh, this, yes, right? Hey, girl, QT, fillet me, right? Let me put my face between your cheeks, right? With this, is this me being an unreasonable, delusional virgin, right? Leave your comments below. Okay. But I thought she was the perfect example of like the because you know people always say guys like oh you guys want the models the Stacy's. I'm like that shit just not true. Like I swear most of the girls I like be looking average as fuck. Okay. Everybody leave your comment below. Bro, it sound like world. It sound like Vietnam outside. What time is? Oh, Happy New Year! Yay! Okay. The Tate brothers' dad also worked for intelligence. Literally a glow in the dark. The plot thickens, huh? When is the Uncle Ted podcast coming? It should be the one after the next one. So the next one is 35. It'll be 36. A lot more interesting than I thought. You know, I figured, okay, he's just blowing people the fuck up. But his I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but his manifesto is very interesting when you line it up with today's events. You know, it's like, oh damn. You know, like you don't want to agree with somebody who's blowing people up, but but I guess even a broken clock is right twice a day, right? As they say. So, dun dun dun. Wish I got myself that PS Plus offer. That PS Plus offer, man. Oh wait, what's that? Wait a minute, Marco. You should try and challenge run one of your favorite games. When I look back at my Ninja Gaiden gameplay, it really takes me back. I highly recommend. Well, I did that. I did that with when I did the no save no death run of Resident Evil Classic on my gaming channel. By the way, Super Chat Marco. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Every single video up there. But yeah, the Resident Evil Classic playthrough that I did, where no save no death, like that was man, that playthrough took me places, dark places. I had no idea it would be. I had no idea. I had no idea it would be so challenging. But I think part of it was that I didn't just do no save, no death. I did it on advanced mode too, or range mode, which is I think it's quite a bit more challenging than the normal mode. So it was a combination of those two factors, but it was it was fun. You know, it was an interesting experience. I think having to like having to route out a course through the game, you know, practicing parts, right? Like certain boss fights so that I wouldn't fuck up and still fucking up. Oh my god. Oh shit. But that's a must watch. The Resident Evil 1 classic, no save, no death. I just it makes you appreciate what speedrunners go through. It really does because they experience so much tragic, just so many tragic L's and failures, and they keep going. They keep going. I mean, I was almost broken. I was almost broken after a couple of hours, man. I was almost broken, man. I was like, oh, I don't know about this, guys. But I pulled through. That shit was awesome. But yeah, I think you got a point though. When you, in fact, right now, I'm doing something with Street Fighter 3 Third Strike where I'm trying to become more proficient with characters that I'm not familiar with. You know, because a lot of times I play with my favorite characters like Sean and Elena and whatnot. But I've been getting out of my comfort zone using characters like Yoon and whatnot, and it's like I'm a complete noob at the game again. The computer is kicking my ass, dude. That shit is crazy. I never appreciated how far I've come as far as like getting a feel for like Sean and certain characters that I know how to use until now, going back and using like characters I normally never use. It's like that AI's been kicking my ass. I'm like, damn, I thought I was good at this game. I didn't know it was like just a character. But I think Yoon just might be not be for me, to be honest. This is Dubs. I'm chilling with Flim right now, so I'm going to post from this account. I have this neighbor. She's a 79-year-old woman, widowed 6 years ago. I want to approach her and see if she's desperate for physical affection. However, I'm worried that she might wind up offended and tell my parents. If my mom found out, she might take my walk. What's a walk? Maybe I should try to get to know her first by asking to water her plants or something. Is this really Dubs? Because this sounds like a believable. This sounds pretty believable, actually. It's not Dubs. You guys don't. You guys just hanging out. It's not Dubs. Come on. That can't be Dubs. But that's pretty believable, man. I'm impressed. What's a walk though? Are you streaming video later? I might, or I might watch hours of interrogations. I might. I've been wanting to play My Hero One Justice again. To be honest with you, even though it's a dumb anime party game cash grab, I kind of had some fun last night. Boom, ooh, 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 ooh. That's All Might. Yako, see ya later, man. How dare you leave the party so early, but no, I'm kidding. Have fun. Go live your life. Get some pussy. Get away from here, man. Marco, your laptop can't take you looking at videos and streams at the same time. Video and streams at the same time. Can it? Can't take you looking at videos and streams at the same time. Probably can't. It probably can't. Have I ever tried it though? I know we did the like I think everything ran smoothly when I did the brain that couldn't die stream, right? That was like playing a video and but I guess it's different if I'm watching like online, right? Because then it's got a buffer that like right? So I guess anything that I watch on a stream would have to be like already downloaded so that it wouldn't take up more bandwidth. Because like, like this is already a struggle. I'm surprised it's worked as well as it has, but it gets the job done. She she is like a four. Okay, I was like, am I tripping? Because to me, she cute, right? She cute. That's a cute T. Maybe it's just the angle, but she looks kind of chopped. Yeah, that screenshot wasn't the best, but hey, you're like a six. Okay, I like that. I like that. I always get anything from a 4 to a 6. And then even here, she's getting a 4 to a 6, right? Hellbreaker says he's a 6. Okay, so I'm not being unreasonable here, right? I'm not some delusional fat virgin lusting for Stacy, as as people love to say. God, and you know what's funny? Like when I see most of the pictures, like whenever a robot on R9K or one of these places posts pictures or whatever, most of these guys don't fit the stereotype. Most of these guys are not like fat sloppy dudes. Like everybody's expecting us to look like fat sloppy motherfuckers, bro. I mean, yeah, you got some fat sloppy dudes, but most of us are like below or around average or somewhere around there. And you look at the girls that these guys obsess over. Like right now, it's that little black girl, Iris or whatever. She's like no offense to her, right? But just she's like a 5 or something, dude. She's like a 5, just like the other girl. She'll be rated from a 4 to a 6 at most. So it's crazy to me when people keep saying shit like that. Like I know some guys, right? You always have that guy, but I don't see that, dude. I really don't see that. In a weird way, it seems like guys obsess more over like the like homely, like kinda cute, kinda ugly, kinda pudgy, kinda weird, might kill you, girl. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. Maybe we just have some type of programming to just be more attracted to what's in our league. I don't know, or maybe it's the feeling of that it's more obtainable that makes it more attractive. Like, okay, I can do that, right? I can pull that, right? That makes it more appealing. I don't know. Bro, she looks like the type that goes straight to the gym after a black man. Straight to the gym after a black man compliments her. I don't know. I would assume she's not dating black men. Look, take the whole race factor out, right? I don't mean to look like one of those guys that's chasing after white Beckys or anything. I don't really have a racial preference though. They all can get it. I think the race that I'm least enthusiastic about is definitely Asian women, but I wouldn't say no to a woman based on the fact that she's Asian either though. But those are the ones that I just like when I'm, looking at porn and shit like that. Every now and then I'll take a trip to Japanese porn land, because they just do it differently over there. But generally speaking, I don't really have a thing for Asian women. I would say if there was a race attractiveness tier list, I'll put Asian women at the bottom. But that's not to say that they're necessarily bad either. I would just say that's the race I'm least interested in. But let a cute Asian girl throw me some pussy. All that shit go out the window. Oh boy. One says 6, another says 4. Honestly, I see a 5. Okay, well, there you go. But see, that's about right. Because generally speaking, I would say, like, even when you look at a girl that we consider a 10, somebody might see a 9, somebody might see an 8, right? You show a girl who's a 3, somebody will see a 2, somebody will see a. That's generally how it works. Like you'll get like even myself again. I get anything from a 4 to a 6 every time, right? So, right, let's just play it safe and say I'm a 5. Let's play it safe and say she's a 5. Looks match. Ding 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 ding. Let me move this bottle away from my laptop. I had a bad experience one time. Let's go, Uncle Ted. Bye. Why are you so excited about this maniac blowing people up? This guy. Dun, 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 dun. Mr. Sandman. Man, I swear, I just can't get used to that shit. They out there busting for real. 5 is fair, but she looks a bit chubby. If she is chubby, I stand by my 4 rate. Yeah, I couldn't tell because it's like she got like this, like a little hoodie on or something, and I'm seeing some pudge around here. But I grabbed that. I grabbed that shit. I ain't worried about that. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm just saying, like, I feel like my standards are very reasonable. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't like more attractive women. Obviously, if a girl is 8 or a 9 or a 10, that's great. But a girl like that I showed you, like if I had the opportunity to date a girl like that, I'd be like, whoa, great, lucky me, right? Cute, got a QD, right? Cute, got one. I'm not like, well, she ain't an 8, but right, like that. I'm good. I'll take I'm good. I'm good. The hunt is over. I ain't saying I'm gonna marry the bitch, but like at that level of attractiveness, I have nothing to complain about. I'm satisfied. Somebody asked me what my favorite Bone Thug song was. And I told him it's POD. But it's 2 versions of POD, right? There's the official release version, and then there's an unreleased version. Now the official release is better, but the unreleased version I really like that too. I'm gonna play POD. It's not like this video is monetized anyway, so I don't think YouTube would get upset at me. But this is my favorite Bone Thug song. This is a difference between playing all the Japanese, all the J-pop. I wish I had a joint for this, but I'll just turn the lights out and vibe with you guys. My nigga, let's get P.O.D. Fuck up, look at your faded. I am what I am. As a thug in the land, and that's all that I am. Damn, you better come join us, let's the party. Let's smoke up in your body. My nigga, let's get P.O.D. My nigga, let's get P.O.D. That's all that's
PO to the back of cribs, it's caddy. How when the word that I'm at is the smoke is many about 100, man. Feel it all in my stomach, to the brain severely blooded. It ain't no shame up in my game. Hydroponics in Indonesia, even the stress sometimes be creeper. So pass me some reefer, watch your receiver. Little lady, give me what you need. Better let the best green leaf with a pocket full of cheese and lay.
It's all that's needed. My nigga, let's get B.O.D. Reefer and blunts, it's all that's needed. Let's get B.O.D. I be saying I feel like to give me low, but I feel like we be blessing my soul. Got smoke this sticky, smelly stuff, but I just can't get enough. Smoking, get it, pass to the next man, let it choke smoke, but don't hold on. Don't hold on, no. And if you're smoking with me, yeah, then I'ma smoke it with you, y'all. We can smoke it all up, we can smoke and get up, we can smoke it all up, we can smoke and get up. Reefer and blunts, it's all that's needed. My nigga, let's get B.O.D. Reefer and blunts, it's all that's needed. Let's get B.O.D.
That you me in my seat, and I see as it's blessing me. And poetically, you don't believe that I can breathe in all of my way that it is. And pop on my rig, I don't put a dog in hustlers. And I was as numb up the pave. Then I get to see out of a mix, we shut it up, and if it's staying days. As long as we reach, put up the best and perfect page. I'll be down, but it keeps my young spirit.
Every time go past, stay by, stay high. Nothing but the best of ooh yeah. Get us and wait for the Hennessy. Let's focus on this lead. Reefer really relax my mind and ask me one more time. Get us bleed up, lead up, you feel us, give it us, for some niggas. Somebody told me, you better respect the sticky leaves, sticky leaves. Reefer and blunts is all that's needed.
I bet y'all can't name one word. One word. Oh man, from Busy Bone verse. I to this day I've heard this song a million times. I don't know what the fuck he said. I don't know what the fuck he said, but it sounds nice. Oh man, but that was the pre-release version. I think what happened was they couldn't clear the sample that they used in the beat, so they had to remake the beat. So that somehow it got put out, and that version just has a whole different vibe from the official version of the song. I'll play a little bit of that just to give you the comparison. This is the version they actually released.
My nigga, let's get P.O.D. Reefer and blunts is all that's needed. My nigga, let's get P.O.D. Reefer and blunts is all that's needed. Let's get P.O.D. for you, baby. Fucked up, look at you faded. I am what I am. There's a thing in the land, and that's all that I am. Damn, you better come join this touch the party. Let's smoke up in your body. My nigga, let's get P.O.D. Reefer and blunts is all that's needed.
It's like night and day, really, because the release version is a lot more clear. But yeah, that's always been my favorite Bone Thug track for sure. They got a lot of good songs though. have you seen his involvement as a MK MK Ultra? Oh boy, I didn't dive that deep into it. I ain't dive that deep into it. I was mainly focusing on like the specific bombings and the manifesto. I got through the whole manifesto. But yeah, I didn't know. I think I've heard something about some MK Ultra shit. I heard something about him being a tranny. I've heard different things, but I tried to focus on the manifesto and him blowing people the fuck up. Agreed, she's average, but I have a feeling she wears a push-up bra and a and a butt pad. Hey, look. Who am I to judge? Again, I don't. Again, my standards aren't too high. It's good. It's good to know though. It's good to know. It's good to know. I'm not being ridiculous then. Iris, the Flash CW character. Now there's a black girl. If I can find a picture of her. Iris R9K. She's a real attention whore, so I'm pretty sure I could probably find a picture of her real easy. You think I'm an attention whore? Oh, this is nice. They got a whole. I'm at the bay, not pop up on my way. Got a blunt for the thug and hustlers, and I'm busting about the game. And I speak out of my message, but as long as we reach for that bay, I'll be done. When I was my own, stay free. Let the time go past me by, say hi. Let the time go past me by, stay high, P.O.D. Been smoking nothing but the best of Buddha. Ooh, yeah. Get the blessing weed for the Hennessy. Let's focus on this weed. Weed for really relax my mind and ask me one more time. Can you beat up? Can you beat up? And beat up? Somebody told me. Gunshots. You better respect the sticky leaves. So high in mine. Reefer and blunts is all that's needed. So high in mine. My nigga, let's get P.O.D'd it. So high in mine. So high in mine. So high in mine. So high in mine. Why all these pictures of these pictures are like, oh, here's one. Oh no. So high in my this girl. Alright, this picture is terrible, but okay, this is better. Really shows off her oh boy, hold up. I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful on my computer. It's porn everywhere. God damn. Be careful what I pull up. I ain't trying to get a strike. Let me see. So high. Will this work? Okay. I think we got one. Okay. This girl here, right? Isis. Has anyone seen this girl? She's like the new R9K girl that for whatever reason has a legion of simps making a lot of threads about her. Oh, I mean, no offense. I don't want to make anybody feel bad. So I'm not trying to imply that she's ugly, but I mean, look, I'm just saying, like, she's unremarkable physically, right? And I'm seeing a lot of threads getting made about her, right? And this is a pattern that I noticed. It just seems like the girls that the guys on R9K obsess over, it's never what you would think. It's never like or maybe it's just that hot girls don't go to R9K, right? But I think the fact that guys obsess over girls who are this average, it kind of shows that, you know, you know, this whole idea of these guys having unreasonable standards just isn't always the case. Because it seems like whenever there's a girl that's like the flavor of the month on R9K, right, they end up looking like this or something like that. I do tend to fantasize more about women I stand a chance with. Yeah, maybe it's just feeling like you have a chance and that you know, she's attainable and that makes her more attractive. We'll see. But I got to dip. My body is at its limit. I got to catch more sleep. I'm glad I was able to get on early enough. I kept thinking about you. I was like, I know he's got to sleep, and you know, I was trying, but I had to get my beauty workout in. You know, I don't get beauty sleep. I get a beauty workout. You should look at Ted's background and his motives. It's essential. Well, I saw a documentary that was covering his life pretty much, but maybe you know how narratives work, right? Obviously, depending on who's covering him, they're going to paint him a certain. Now he's definitely a evil monster, right? He still blew people the fuck up, right? But still, narratives are important, and when people gloss over certain facts or certain aspects of a person's characters and motivations, you know, you're not able to get an accurate picture of or complete picture of who they are and things of that nature. So maybe I need to do some more digging before I finalize this project. But again, the main thing I wanted to focus on was the manifesto and the boom, right? Boom, gotcha. That's the main thing I wanted to focus on. La 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 la. Ba-dum-dum. Okay. What? Hold up. You know that picture of ISIS I pulled up? What does it even say? Okay. I don't think I should put this on the stream. It says, would you impregnate Iris with your seed? Be honest, bros. Of course, honestly, in a few ways, she's kind of like a trad wife. Good listener, has barely any friends, always home, but druggy, kind of boring after a few talks. The two downsides were also quite common amongst trad wives, I suppose. But that really showed me that I don't want this kind of wife. Iris would be a good friends with benefits. I think you always have to question these types of girls, though. Like the whole no friends thing, I'm always skeptical of that because most girls, especially a cute girl, is gonna be in a position to always gonna be in a position to oh god, something okay, always gonna be in a position to socialize much more than the average guys. I don't know. I feel like to a certain degree it would have to be self-imposed unless she had like some serious. Nah, I can't even say that because even when they got serious mental issues, they still find their ways. I don't know. Maybe you'll cover the ATF bombing one day. ATF bombing. I feel like I heard of that somewhere. Happy New Year! Yeah. I'm trying to see what's going on R9K. How they're handling the new year. But it's unreal. You know what's funny? One of the first threads I see is mentioning Iris. Happy New Year, bros, and Iris. Come on now, guys. Come on now, guys. Okay, but I think they're just mentioning her. Okay. New Year's resolutions. I'm going to get a shitty job at a shitty bar. I'm going back to college and learn to code. I'm going to keep going to gym and keep losing weight. I'm going to finally commit to drawing. I'm finally good enough to draw stupid shit. I'm going to make a porn game. You know what's funny? I want to make a porn game someday too. You know, I like the music. It's cool and all that, the podcasting, but I want to make a porn game someday. Oh, here's the Iris thread. So already I've seen 2 threads where she's being mentioned. I just hope that she doesn't have like a tragic end. You know, like like oh, it looks like this thread is for me. If you entered your room and found a hot trap in your bed, what would you do to them? Oh boy. I have to pass on that tonight. We gotta stay focused on business. Where the fuck is Eggy? I used to watch his stream every New Year's for the past 3 or 4 years, but his Twitter, Egg White, is suspended. How did his Twitter get suspended? What the fuck? Google Yandex, DuckDuckGo. That one Anon that imagines himself being interviewed by Joe Rogan after miraculously becoming rich and famous. Guilty. Guilty. Joe Rogan, Vlad TV, Breakfast Club, any variation of the. Are those fireworks or gunshots? But for the most part, they're not really. Not a lot of New Year's resolution threads, anything like that. But I guess that's, you know. I can't stand my boyfriend look attractive. Oh God. Next year I become the man I was. There we go. Next year I become the man I was supposed to be. That's great. Hold up, this post right here has triggered me. What is this? Son, never trust a man who doesn't drink because he's probably a self-righteous sort, a man who thinks he knows right from wrong all the time. Some of them are good men, but in the name of goodness, they cause most of the suffering in the world. They're the judges, the meddlers, and son, never trust a man who drinks but refuses to get drunk. They're usually afraid of something deep down inside, either that they're a coward or a fool or mean and violent. You can't trust a man who's afraid of himself, but sometimes, son, you can trust a man who occasionally kneels before a toilet. The chances are that he is learning something about humility and his natural human foolishness, about how to survive himself. It's damn hard for a man to take himself too seriously when he's heaving his guts into a dirty toilet bowl. That's some dumb ass shit. I mean, look, just because some old white dude says something doesn't make it gospel. That's just some I swear, man. That's some dumb fucking shit. Not drinking has only done good for it has never been a detriment to anybody. This is written by an alcoholic. Where's the fun in drinking, acting foolish, having no control over your act? I can see how it would be fun, but to try to act like somebody is somehow worse off or despicable because they don't drink is really ridiculous. Yeah, I'm look at this thread later. It looks pretty I can get some I might be able to put that on a podcast. And let me save a picture of this cute light skinned girl. Because why not? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. There we go. Okay. Next year I become the man that I was supposed to be. The best way to do this is to try to build a little bit every day. It's far easier to improve 1% for 100 days than it is to improve 100% in one day. And also remember, success isn't always linear or immediate. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier, though. About, just taking life one day at a time, 1 week at a time. Approach every week with the same vigor and excitement that you approach the new year with. Because that new year hype is gonna wear down. I don't even feel anything because I haven't invested any sort of mental energy into thinking that this year is somehow special, other than being just something to appreciate and try to make the most of. But that's every year. Oh God, man! Somebody's spamming really bad on RNIK. Oh shit! Turning the dreaded 30 this year. No job, no girlfriend, no future. World is shit. Honestly, I dread this new year. Fuck. Well, I can relate to the no job, no girlfriend part. I'm already 30. But it just goes to show, man, like a lot of this shit is mental, right? I mean, our situations right now probably are much. Well, look, that's not a lot to go off of, but you know. Here is my plan: 300 push-ups or squats a day. No more alcohol, not a single drop. Quit porn and fapping. Fucking do something with my life, like a job or something, or learning something. Grow a long ass beard, no matter how crazy I would look. Meditate every day, see what it does for me. Try to learn lucid dreaming so I finally fucking experience every sex fantasy I ever dreamed of. Yeah, I feel like it'll be a great year. Mm-hmm. Man, if I had on shades right now and you guys could see the reflection of what I was looking at, oh boy, that's great. Because I just looked on B real quick. But yeah, I don't see a lot of threads of people, or at least not on 4chan, of people really making a big deal about the New Year's. Let me see. Uh, yeah. Is that really just where we are? I thought it was just me. Is that just where we are now? Oh, here we go. All alone on New Year's again. How do I cope? I ran out of pills, and I don't want to pick up the bottle again. You are not alone. We are here. Alone because of lack of romantic interest, friends, or family. All three. You think you're the only one? You're not special. Welcome to the big club. How old are you? I gotta say, no matter what anyone says, this stuff is mostly about luck. Sometimes you find the wherewithal to just take the withdrawal. Sometimes you relapse. I'm actually kind of convinced that trying to maintain this internal locus control is counterproductive for two reasons. If you think you can control it, you're more likely to try moderation, which might not work for you. Sometimes it really is all or nothing. You waste a lot of energy trying to not do something. Seems like you got better chances without the trying part. Damn. I'm so, okay. I kind of thought about something there. Kind of made me think about my relationship with porn. Most of the time, I feel like I can handle it. Sometimes I definitely overindulge. Mm. I'm kind of desperate for a New Year's resolution thread. I even went to the damn paranormal board. Oh God. Oh, hold up. The dark year. Happy New Year, everyone. Am I the only one who feels it? The moment that clock struck midnight to ring in this year, that suffocating darkness, that compounding ominous gloom and despair. This will be a year of chaos, so it be so. Oh boy, that's the paranormal board's interpretation of 2023. I feel optimistic. The fireworks were pretty. My broken car will be fixed soon. I'll be able to get a job. Things will go well this year. You're such a fool. This is 2020 all over again. Every new year, the doom and gloom predictions come out. Yeah, that's true though. Oh yeah, 2023, the year of the reptilians taking over. Okay, let's go to poll. There's no way I can share my screen right now. There's no way. I wouldn't dare. Nope, just Emmett Till. Just Emmett Till threads. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, damn. I guess I'm not the only one. I thought I was on some rebel shit, man. Like, oh man, forget this. Forget this. OBS image has been frozen for some time. Oh, that's great. Oh, damn. My bad. My bad. Oh, shit. I wonder what happened. Hold up. Let me check real quick. Let me, oh, boy. Yeah, this is going to be great for the playback. Oh, this is just fucking fantastic. Deactivate, activate. Come on, baby. There we go. Ah, okay. That's fantastic. Yeah, sometimes it does that. It does that shit. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the New Year's stream. We had a great time. We had a great time, all 2 hours and 30 minutes of it. I'll probably do a video game stream. I don't know, like tonight. I might sneak on a little bit later. I might sneak on maybe later. Or what is it? Today's Sunday, so maybe I'll get on like later this afternoon or during the evening or something like that and play some more My Hero Academia. I know I talked a lot of shit about that game, but it's been stuck on my mind for a little bit, and I think that says something. I might have been in denial a little bit about how cool that game was. So I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the new year and the new millennium. Wait a minute. Well, the new year, and I'll see you guys later. Let me get the fuck out of here. Lights on. Okay. Great stream. Great stream.